Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Scroll Cup, and let's see what team we're going to be trying out. We have the Lanturn with the Primeape and the Annihilape in the back. This team was suggested from our stream, so shout out to the Diglett. We are going to be using the Primeape as the safe swap. Here we go with the close combat versus the Mandibuzz, dealing roughly 45%, 40%. So the next potential close combat does grab a shield. And now we have the shield advantage that we want. We have the Lanturn versus the Mandibuzz. The Mandibuzz is going to struggle to take us out, so they swap out into their Whiscash. Then we have our Annihilape for this matchup. We shield the first Scold, so we do avoid a debuff, I believe. And now we gotta hope that we can farm down here. No, unable to farm it down by one counter, so we have to take that extra damage. And now we have Mandibuzz onto our Annihilape. They actually shield, and okay, unfortunately we just have no play versus this team. They just had a counter to every street. So heads up play by our opponents, switching out whenever they could from that Mandibuzz Lanturn matchup earlier, because it looked like they had two really good counters to the Lanturn. So well played by them. On to the next game. So the core obviously is going to be the Lanturn and one of the fighters, but most importantly we want to use the Primeape to try to grab at least a shield in unfavorable situations. Great lead here. Let's see what they end up doing. Interesting, they're staying in. We are dealing way more fast move pressure than they are. They get to fire off a Shadow Ball, and they swap out into their Primeape. So we take the shield advantage, and we're going to go into our own Annihilape. We tank the first one because we can survive that one. The next one will KO, so we'll see how much damage this does. Ooh, so they are going to be able to reach it right on the move. However, our Annihilape is boosted, so this Rage Fist here, potential KO or maybe grab a shield. Nope, they decided to just tank the move and then swap out. But unfortunately for them, we do have the Primeape still lurking. They decided to go for the Psyche Fang, which is not enough to take us out. And right here we see AP. So we were either going to get the move off or they were going to be able to win that, but we just let it go because we have the Lanturn to farm down, and the Jellicent does not want to see the Lanturn. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the combination of the Lanturn and the backline. All right, we got the Ludicolo lead. That is horrible. We're going to go into the Primeape here. We're going to bait the Rage Fist and see what happens. Okay, we grabbed the shield that we wanted. And then they're still staying in, so we throw another Rage Fist, hoping they double shield. Unable to get that second shield. Obviously, in hindsight, we throw that close combat, we get the KO. But now, our situation has not gotten better necessarily, because we have to review our last Pokemon. But we forced them to go into their Drapion, and they pretty much know our whole team, so they must have a really good answer to that Lanturn. We're going to fire off the Ice Punch and then go into our Lanturn immediately, because we expect them to have answer to this Lanturn. They proc the debuff, and we're just going to hope for the best now. Surf will get the KO, or is going to get the shield. They decided to let it go, and we see another Dark Poison. So the Skunk Tank in the back, we're going to fire off the Thunderbolt. It does a huge amount of damage, but not enough for the KO. We know Skunk Tanks can have Crunch, Trailblaze, Flamethrower in situations, but our Annihilape is just too bulky, able to win that game. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Annihilape. Thankfully, having a shield to tank and then we are going to just basically farm down the rest of the team. Here we go. We got the Lanturn versus the Manting Great Elite. They swap out into their Annihilape, and this is the tricky situation. Anytime we have a Annihilape switch in, we have to play it by committee. We're going to fire off the serve. They decide to shield, so then we're going to have to go into our Primeape, because we do get to these Rage Fists faster than they can get to their Rage Fist. However, because they already boosted, we have to think about shielding here, but on second thought, we think that we just sack it and potentially farm down. This is going to give our Annihilape a huge amount of energy advantage, but our opponent realizes that and they are not going to allow that to happen. So they swap out into their Gastro. Not before we get to 2 Rage Fists. So this Rage Fist here does grab a shield, and our opponent here is farming up to the potential Earth Power. But we're so low, it doesn't really matter. And so we forced him to use double Body Slams. Because one of the counters went through, we decided to shield, and then we're going to go into the Lanturn for the farm down. And that is a great backline situation for us. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game, basically forcing their energy, kind of calling the Body Slam, because if they go for Body Slam, they have to go for another one, otherwise they get KO'd with energy. So that was kind of like the winning play. Ooh, really bad lead, but let's see if we can win the game. Lose the lead, win the game. We have the Primeape versus the Sableye. So not dealing a lot of fast move pressure, it's all about the charge moves. We're just trying to get a shield at this point. This Rage Fist does grab the shield from the Sableye. We're going to shield here because we think that we can get to another move, but we were wrong. They get to another foul play to take us out, but now this is potential farm down range for our Lanturn, and that's exactly what we want, is energy for their backline. We see the Gastro come in, and they're staying in, dealing a lot of fast move pressure as well. We are going to shield this first one, ends up being the Earth Power. So we did shield the correct move, and we have 2 Rage Fists if we can get it off. No! The Morpeko wins the CAP on that second one. Aura Wheel takes us out easily, and unfortunately, because they were able to knock us out, we have to use this energy on the Morpeko, and now we have no energy for this Gastro. So well played by our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.